twice in 1 week at the plot. This is becoming a little bit of a habit, but we're here. There are things to do. Honestly, I've had enough. I'm fed up, I'm done, I'm dusted, we're tidying up. It's one of those days where, honestly, the place looks like a bomb's gone off. It's a mess. There's things that are annoying me. There's stuff inside the PolyTunnel you probably can't see because of the angle of the camera, because I've got it faced towards this at the moment, but it's a mess in here. There's messy things out there. So it's Sunday morning. It is beautiful out there. What a beautiful day. There isn't a breath of wind, and you'll have seen we've had the drone up. I've got the drone out today because there's no wind, perfect weather, lovely light, and the sky looks amazing. And I can't believe it, because obviously different parts of the UK at the moment, we've got Storm Dara sort of hitting us. I've seen some of the pictures on the news from down south around sort of Wales, Bristol. It is honestly awful what some people are dealing with. We're so lucky. Honestly, Friday, what day is it today? Sunday. So Friday night and Saturday morning was a bit wet, a bit windy, a bit rough. But today, Sunday, honestly, it is beautiful. You can hopefully see by the way the PolyTunnel is illuminated how nice it is. It's a little bit cold, maybe it's about 8 or 9 degrees, not too bad. I've got my hat on, I've got my jacket on, looking all cool, ready for the camera, but it's not too bad. But alas, there are some jobs to get done with. I need to tidy the PolyTunnel. The pea and bean frames over there, the beds that they're in are in an awful condition. The brassica beds are in a terrible condition. The asparagus bed needs sorted out. There's a path that is annoying the living daylights out of me because it's threadbare. There's weeds growing out of it. It looks awful, but it's one of those days. I'm not going to kill myself, right? I've had a bit of a rough time of it recently. I feel okay today. I don't feel too bad, but I'm not going to run myself into the ground. It's Sunday, so it's about, what time is it? About 10 o'clock. I've been here about an hour already so far, getting some stuff done, but we're going to crack on, get some jobs done, get a really, really good autumn tidy up on the go. We'll get some fabulous drone shots because, like I say, the weather is perfect. It's not very often we get a chance to get the drone out, have a look around, see what the site's like, see what's going on. So we'll get some of that done as well. Anyway, enough of me chattering on about stuff. I need to get on and get cracking with some of these jobs. So to start with, we'll just have a quick peek inside the PolyTunnel, and it's been a long old summer into autumn, into winter and whatnot, and it looks just a bit messy. It's not terrible, it's not awful, but there's like random potato buckets, there's compost bags, there's bottles of Calmag and Tomarite knocking about, there's bits of rubbish. Look, these patio sort of slab stones have been here for ages. It's almost like a makeshift table, and it's just covered in stuff. There's baskets full of stuff, there's junk everywhere. Over there on the little pot and table stuff, what a mess. There's pots here, then here's my giant bag that I've brought with me today. There's got my drone stuff in it, it's got the drill in it, it's got my Christmas jumpers in it. I'll come to that in a minute, why I've got Christmas jumpers in there. We've got some of the metalwork, the obelisks in here, sort of staying out of the rain as opposed to being outside, but it just needs a bit of a tidy. It's a bit messy, so it's the first job on my list to get cracking with. So why do I have a giant bag over there with Christmas jumpers in it? You might well ask. Because I'm doing a thing for Danny over on the Grow Up channel. Please go and check it out. Link in the description down below. Speaking of the Grow Up channel, you might see a familiar face on the Grow Up channel. Danny does a live on Thursday night, so look out, Thursday the 12th of December I think it is. If I've got my date right, I will confirm. I'll put a post out about it, usually around about 7 o'clock at night. I'll put a link out to it. Please come along and watch it. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. Anyway, enough of me waffling on about stuff. I must get these jobs started. And as quick as a flash, job number 1 ticked off the list. Hopefully you can see here that the PolyTunnel is looking a lot tidy. I mean, there's still stuff knocking about, and there always will be still stuff knocking about because I need stuff in here, but it's all tidied up. I've still got my big bag down there. That's obviously going to come home with me at the end of the day. There's some rubbish, some cardboard, some stuff like that I've shifted out. I'm going to use the cardboard for the paths. That's why I've been in here, being getting stored. We'll take the rubbish home, get rid of it. The old compost bags, use them all the time. I'm going to collect up some leaves, stuff like that, bring them up here, get them used on the beds for mulching. Right, without further ado, let's get some more jobs done. So we've actually got 2 jobs in one to do here. One is to sort out these paths behind me. This one here in particular is a mess, and I'll spin you around, I'll show you in just a second. The bed that's next to it over the side is a mess as well. Honestly, they've sort of been left over the tail end of the summer there into autumn, and they just look all messy. And I know the paths, if you've seen some of my older videos, the paths make the allotment look so much more neat and tidy and nice and lovely, but it means a big trip over to the wood pile to get stuff done. Anyway, let's spin you around, let's have a look, see what we're going to get up to. So this is the area here that I'm going to try and work on over the next sort of half an hour or so. If we have a look at this path here, lovely, woody, lots of nice wood chip all the way up and down there, looks nice. I'm pretty sure, was this path that was done earlier this year, maybe it's winter time last year sort of thing. This one here, look, this is what happens to them. This is what happens when you use the wood chip on the paths. It's all gone a bit threadbare. We've got the weed suppressant fabric poking up. There is lots of weeds. Now those weeds, interestingly enough, this is one of the downsides of using the wood chip for paths. The weeds don't actually come through the wood chip, through the weed suppressant fabric. Believe it or not, that's doing its job. These weeds are actually grown in the wood chips themselves. So one of the benefits of using the wood chips on the paths is when you walk on it, it breaks down and it makes lovely, lovely, lovely great composting material. But as it turns into sort of composty, soily kind of material, the weed seeds land on it, and alas, weeds grow on it like this. So it really annoys me. It really, really does when the paths start to look like this. So hopefully, in about a half an hour's time or so, obviously on camera, it's not going to be half an hour, what looks like this, in the blink of an eye or the cut of a video, will hopefully look a bit more like this. And we're making some good progress yet again. So it's looking pretty good down the path here. All the old wood chip has pretty much been scraped off. There's the odd little bit here and there. There's some weeds still there, but not to worry. By the time we put the new wood chip on that, suppresses it, mulches it down, hopefully that'll be all right. One thing I did want to show you, sorry, the sun, who'd have thought this time of year we'd have problems with the sun and filming? It's really, really low in the sky, and if I go too much around here, it's going to flare right across the screen, overexpose me, and you won't see me very well. But I need to spin around a bit to get round here, because all the old wood chip that I've spent around about the last year walking on is in this big bucket down here. Let me spin you around and show you what it looks like. So this is one of the reasons why I continuously use wood chip on my path. So though it annoys me, it annoys the living daylights out of me when the weeds grow in it. But look at this lovely sort of composty, broken down material in there. That's going to be absolutely brilliant. And I'm using this whenever I scrape these paths up. I'm using it, and if I can get all the way around, let's go over here. Let's just nudge the camera up a little bit so you can see this big metal white bed over here, this big round bed at the back here, isn't anywhere near full. You can see in there, it's nowhere near full. So I'm slowly building that up with used waste material from around the plot. And hopefully by the time sort of spring, summer comes around, it'll be ready for planting. So clearly me saying the weather around here and it being such a nice day was tempting fate, because I kid you not, no more than 10 minutes ago did I film that last bit when we were stood this way and the sun over here was too bright that we couldn't see what was going on in the camera. You can see it has disappeared behind these big, dark, black clouds. So alas, I think I'm maybe on borrowed time a little bit. So we're just going to change tact ever so slightly, you know, adapt to the changing situations. We're not going to lose any sleep. We're not going to stress about it. Let me just show you how things are looking behind us in the meantime. So this is the path that was all cleared off before, and you can see maybe it's not quite looking like a path how I would like it to look. It's a bit messy. It's basically just the weed suppressant fabric. I've weighed it down with various bits of concrete and slab and pallet and, you know, flower boxes and stuff like that knock around the plot in case it gets windy and it wants to blow away. So I think for now, I'm not going to go over to the wood chip pile, get the new wood chip and put that path down. I'm just going to sort of manage my time a little bit carefully, because I don't want to be miles away over the other side of the plot and it starts chucking it down with rain. Because if we spin round over here, and I don't know if I can maybe get out on the drone as well, but the wood chip pile is, you see this tree over here, it's kind of all the way over there. So it was a long way away. It's a good sort of 5-minute walk over there, 5-minute walk back, and with a wheelbarrow full of wood chip, I have no desire to do that and get absolutely soaked. So what we are going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to have a look at these pea and bean frames. And it's honestly, it looks really sad and really bad, but hopefully it's not going to take too much work to do. I just need to get the weeds out, get the old beans off the frame there, get it all sorted, looking ship shape, ready for the winter. We'll get the soil turned over, we'll get some cardboard or something down on top of it, and it will be looking brilliant in no time. So it might be a bit slow, but more progress has been made. We're getting there. And speaking of progress, I'm having a lot of thoughts recently about the future of the channel, things that are going to go on around here. I'll do a video about that. We'll have a bit of a chat about that. But I tell you what, why not? If you're around here and you're watching these videos and you quite like what you see, you like what's going on, and you're not subscribed, why not think about subscribing? Absolutely free. You just click the red button, or there's a link right at the end of the video, give it a click, press subscribe, and it doesn't half make me happy. When people subscribe, it makes me happy. Anyway, enough of that. So this bed, I wanted to do both beds, not done them. One over there, still a terrible mess. This one, sorted we were against. We are definitely on borrowed time here with the weather, the clouds. It's getting darker and darker and darker over this way. It looks lovely blue sky over there. Honestly, the backdrop at the moment probably looks really quite nice. Over there, the grey clouds are coming at an astonishing rate. So I started out with this, dug out, tried to get out the worst of the sort of weeds, some of the big ones with the old hori knife. I mentioned that in my last video, the hori, what a cracking tool. And speaking of tools, there was loads of surface weeds, lots of little ones. So I got this out. Let me just show you this. There you go, you can see that there. This is a swow. So I used to use the Dutch hoe, but then I saw our good old friend Steve from Green Side Up. He used the swow, so I got a swow attachment for the old Wolf Garden handle kind of system here, and it is brilliant. It's quite a sharp blade on the front there. You just slide it back and forward over the surface of the soil, chops those weeds up, leaves them on the top. I mean, you know, it's going to get wet. They're not going to die too well, but they will because we suppressed it, because we've got the cardboard on there. You know, I've been doing some stuff at home recently, and I've generated loads and loads and loads of cardboard. So again, the path that you saw down there, the weed fabric, there's a layer of cardboard under there. So whenever I lift the paths, whenever I take the weed fabric up, I always put down a layer of cardboard, then the weed fabric on top. You know, the cardboard just disappears, it wears down, and eventually it vanishes. This is sorted, cardboard's on there, good for over the winter, keep the weeds down. I wanted to fix this bed. So you see this bed here, it's sort of come apart there. I've got a little bracket in the polytunnel. I brought the drill and stuff up with me to get it fixed. It needs sorted out because I'm going to take out the sort of some salady kind of crops in here that they've pretty much perished in the winter. The pak choi's looking all right. The Mizuno's maybe is a bit sketchy. The little lettuces are done, so it's going to get cleared out. The sensu onions that I sort of showed you the last time as well, they're going to go in there. That's going to get sorted, and we're going to be all good. Anyway, that is me done for today. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.